What if the exhaustion you've been feeling isn't because life is too hard, but because you've been carrying things God never asked you to carry? And what I'm about to tell you might completely change the way you see your pain. Because some of you are exhausted, not from work, not from responsibilities, but from emotional weight that was never yours. And today, that burden ends. Come closer for a moment. Seriously. Stop scrolling mentally. Stop replaying yesterday. Stop thinking about what's waiting for you after this video. Just listen. Because I believe this message found you at the exact moment you needed it. Maybe you've been pretending you're okay, smiling in public, encouraging everyone else, being the strong one, while secretly feeling like you're collapsing inside. You've been carrying family pressure, financial pressure, relationship pain, fear about your future, expectations you never asked for. And here's the dangerous part. You got so used to carrying heavy things that heavy started feeling normal. But here's the question. What if normal was never supposed to feel this heavy? And stay with me. Because near the end of this message, I'm going to reveal the biggest mistake strong people make, and why it quietly keeps them trapped for years. Let me paint a picture. Imagine someone carrying backpacks. One backpack is their own responsibilities. That makes sense. But then, someone hands them another one. Then another. Then another. Eventually they're carrying everyone's emotional baggage, everyone's drama, everyone's expectations, everyone's healing, everyone's emergencies. And because they're strong, people keep handing them more. Sound familiar? Maybe you became the family fixer, the peacekeeper, the person everyone calls during a crisis, the one who absorbs everyone's pain. And at first, it felt noble. It felt like love. It felt responsible. But over time, it started crushing you. And this is where most people get stuck. They confuse responsibility with assignment. Just because you can carry something doesn't mean it belongs to you. That relationship problem might not be yours. That family conflict might not be yours. That pressure to save everyone, definitely not yours. And here's the twist. Many people are breaking under burdens God never gave them. They pick them up through guilt, fear, trauma, or the need to be needed. And that cycle has to end. Today, let's be honest. Strong people rarely ask for help. Why? Because everyone assumes they're fine. You became so reliable that people forgot you have limits too. And maybe you even forgot. You answer calls, solve problems, pay bills, encourage others, show up, handle everything. And then at night, you sit alone with anxiety no one sees. That silent pressure is dangerous. Because eventually, strong people start believing this lie. If I stop carrying everyone, everything will fall apart. But that's not true. And here's proof. Think about every season where you thought, if I don't fix this right now, everything is over. And somehow, life kept moving. Didn't it? Things worked out. People adjusted. God made a way. But here's what happened next. You went back to carrying everything again. Why? Because being needed became part of your identity. That's deep. And painful. And incredibly common. But healing begins when you realize you are loved for who you are, not for how much you carry. Read that again in your spirit. You do not need to earn love through exhaustion. Nobody talks about this enough. Heavy emotional burdens affect everything. Your sleep. Your patience. Your health. Your faith. Your joy. Your relationships. Even your body starts reacting. Tight shoulders. Constant headaches. Brain fog. Stress eating. Emotional numbness. And people say, "You seem distant lately." But they don't understand. You're not distant. You're drowning. And here's the scary part. Many people mistake survival mode for strength. But survival mode is not living. It's existing. And God didn't create you to merely survive. He created you to live with peace, purpose, joy, and clarity. But wait. There's one burden that hurts more than all the others. And this is where things get personal. The burden of trying to control outcomes. Trying to control timing. Trying to control people. Trying to control your future. That burden destroys peace faster than almost anything else. Because control feels powerful. Until it starts suffocating you. Now imagine this. You've been carrying a heavy box for years. Your arms are shaking. Your back hurts. You're exhausted. Then someone stronger walks up and says, "Give it to me." But instead of handing it over, you tighten your grip. That sounds crazy. But people do this spiritually every day. They pray for peace. But keep holding the burden. They ask God for help. But refuse to release control. They ask for healing. While reopening old wounds. And this is where most people go wrong. Surrender sounds simple. But it feels terrifying. Because if you let go, you have to trust. And trust feels risky when life has hurt you before. But here's the breakthrough. You are not being asked to figure everything out. You are being asked to stop carrying what was never yours. That future? Release it. That fear? Release it. That person you're trying to fix? Release it. That timeline? Release it. That pressure? Release it. And watch what happens when your hands are finally empty enough to receive peace. Here's the powerful truth I promised at the beginning. Strong people don't burn out because they're weak. They burn out because they carry unnecessary weight for too long. That's the real issue. And today, you need to make a decision. Will you continue carrying things that are crushing your peace? Or will this be the moment everything changes? Picture yourself 1 year from now. Still stressed. Still exhausted. Still overwhelmed. Still carrying everyone. That future exists. But there's another future too. A lighter future. A peaceful future. A healthier future. A freer future. And it begins with one decision. I refuse to carry what was never mine. That sentence could change your life. Say it again. I refuse to carry what was never mine. That's freedom. That's healing. That's peace. And that's where your new chapter begins. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not failing. You've just been carrying too much for too long. And now? It's time to breathe again. Time to sleep peacefully again. Time to smile genuinely again. Time to trust again. Time to live lighter. And maybe this message found you because this is your turning point. The day you stopped surviving and started healing. If this message spoke directly to you, comment, "I'm letting it go." Make that your declaration today. And if someone you love has been carrying silent burdens, send them this video right now. It could be the message they've been needing. And subscribe, because the next message may be exactly what your heart needs next.